Okay, we are about to get underway, just waiting for the last couple of drivers to join up here, and then we can get on to Sochi. Sochi actually one of my favorite tracks, as I feel like I say that a lot. But this track, I truly and can say that it is one of my more favorite tracks, 100%. As I'm sending out the link to as many places as I can to try and get all of the viewers I possibly can, as without the viewers, then, I mean, we still have fun doing it, so I can't say that. But, of course, without viewers, then, it's just not the same. So I very much appreciate everyone that is in. JC, how's it going? About to win. Like to hear that. Good, JC, man. How you doing? Excited? Looking forward to Sochi? Oh, well, good for you, JC. Yeah, honestly, you gotta progress from somewhere. Glad to hear, bud. Bennett Bowes. Ooh, Clogmonger back with another subscription going on to 2 months now. Glad to hear it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Heimlich. You are in. Hey, thanks, Heimlich. Much appreciated. About to get underway here, just finalizing the lobby, and then we're gonna send this right into Sochi Autodrom. It seems we're gonna be one driver short here tonight. Unfortunate as it is, but it is what it is, and we'll progress forward and see what our 19 drivers can produce for us tonight. Looking for some very exhilarating stuff with our tier 2. It always brings out some fun, to say the least. But yeah, we're very much looking forward to what is to come here today at the Sochi Autodrom. As I said, this is one of my more favorite tracks. I feel like there is a lot. Actually, it's one of my favorite tracks. Just from the, I feel like there's a lot of passing opportunities. Sinatra, glad to see you. We're about to go live here. We're about to go into a one-shot qualifying. For those who don't know much about Formula One, normally qualifying sessions go into 3 tiers where the 20 drivers all start in Q3 and have a certain amount of time to put up their fastest lap, and then that field will get dwindled down to 15 after that time is up, and then Q2 will go out, and then the 15 drivers will enter back on track, and once again the field will get dwindled down to 10, and then all the 10 remaining will go back out there and try and set the quickest possible time that they can for the final results for qualifying. But we only do one-shot qualifying here. With that being is that all these drivers that are about to get underway here only have one shot. With it being one-shot qualifying, we only got one time around track. So you see some of the quicker drivers spin out and go off. You see some of the slower drivers put up a decent time and find themselves up higher than where they should be, and it leads to some excitement, to say the least. And with it being very strict track rules, the drivers can't step all 4 tires off track, or else it counts as an invalid lap and it will not go towards their lap set. But right off the get-go, we see Mystic Joker up at the top. Meeb is currently in 5th. We're expecting to see those two battling up at the top here. JC Blackley actually takes the lead, taking a cleaner racing line there through turn 1. I'd imagine it's going to change. We're on board with K-Dog. And if you are a female and you are watching this, K-Dog is actually the only female representative of the Midwest F1 League. So you can support some girl power there. She is currently in 12th, as I said before. Meeb and Mystic Joker 1-2. Elma Jacko enters into that party, going into 3. Asnick, unfortunately, already off. He is going to start in 19th place here, unfortunately already crashing out. Yolmir enters into the top 3. ZGS 4. Sadistic King in 6. If they all seem to be flipping around there. We have the 2 Red Bulls battling with OG Northerner for the 8th spot there. Everyone seems to be holding their positions right now. Feeman and Freeman always seem to find each other on the track and are right now beside each other. Mystic Joker is still holding on to that pole position here. Come just through sectors 3, halfway through it. Couple more turns to go through 16. Mystic Joker, I'm assuming, is probably coming already through turn 17 here, as is K-Dog. Currently in 12th. Mystic Joker comes over the line, and the only driver into the 130s, taking pole position away from Meeb. Sadistic King coming 3rd, and we have 4 drivers out and not setting a time. Oh, Sinatra, you don't have to. That's far too kind. Sinatra, if you like what you see, be sure to shoot the legal follow. We really much appreciate that. But we'll go down the order. We got Mystic Joker coming over in pole, Meeb 2, Sadistic King 3, Elma Jacko in 4, Yolmir 5, The Best Pawn 6, JC Blackley 7th, Noganator 8th, Scavney 9th, OG Northerner 10th, ZGS 11th, K-Dog 12th, Feeman 13th, Freeman 14th, Spaceman 15th, Tier the Tier 16th, Narniel 17th, Monkey Mafia 18th, and Asnick 19th. I love medium traction. Hey, there you go, JC Blackley. Glad to hear. 10 out of 10. I would give him my whole paycheck. Oh, wow. Heimlich. I have no idea who you are, but that is some extremely kind words. Sinatra hitting us with the follow. Love to see it. Much appreciated, man. Glad to have you part of the Midwest F1 League. Be sure to follow us on Twitter as well. For the standings, I'll punch in. There you go. Check out the standings and whatnot there. If you're interested in racing in the Midwest F1 League. Yes, Scorenzy, it kind of depends on if it's controller or wheel. Because controller, speaking of myself, I had a little bit hard of a time going no traction compared to medium traction. Lawn service. Hello. Whoa, lawn service with the follow. Thanks for coming in, man. Much appreciated. I saw that too, Heimlich. I shout you out before, but much appreciated for the follow. Love to have you. Hey, how are you, lawn service? I'm doing pretty good here. We're about to get underway here. We got Mystic Joker and Meeb sitting at 1-2. Elma Jacko in 3. We're going to see if we can get a good start here. We've got a long run into turn 1 here as we go to swooping right, actually into turn 2. It seems to be Mystic Joker getting off really well. Sadistic King actually making up some ground. Meeb getting alongside Mystic Jokers. We see we might go 3 wide into turn 1 here. Meeb having the inside line. Ooh, we get a little bit of bumping and grinding. Sadistic King goes off a little bit. Yolmir is already out of this session as once again he's crashed out. K-Dog picking up 5-second penalties as is Tier the Tier. Mystic Joker and Meeb currently sitting in 1-2. Meeb doing the overtake. But as you can see all the way back in turn 2 there, we got Yolmir, who's unfortunately already out of this race in the second turn in the first lap. Not what you want to see from Yolmir, rightfully angry, I'd imagine. We'll get on to the detail and see who's moved up the most positions. It has been Freeman. I'm not sure if this is going to be a virtual safety car or full-on safety car. We're yet to get word. Narniel up 6 positions. The best pawns, unfortunately, down 4. Noganator seems to have gotten into a little bit of carnage, I guess we can say, going down 10 positions from 8th place off of qualifying. So not what you want to see from Noganator. Getting a pass done on Spaceman. Spaceman must have gone on track, because this is a virtual safety car. Actually, yes, it must have been virtual as we go back to green just halfway through Sector 2, entering into Sector 3. We'll get right on board with Mystic Joker here. Don't see any wing damage from either of them. Seem to be staying clean. Elma Jacko, the Australian, holding on to 3rd place and keeping on to his wing, as well as we're going to see quite a few drivers into the pits. Asnick pulling a quick move on to Fee-Man. Meeb setting an early fastest lap. Yes, we do. We see OG Northerner Scavney in the best pawns early into the pits here. I believe that's all as of right now. Actually, no, K-Dog, she's into the pits, as is Fee-Man. So we see 5 drivers into the pits off of the first lap. So they're going to have quite the trek home through the rest of this race here. Mystic Joker seemed to be getting a really good run onto Meeb here as we come through this big swooping left-hand turn of turn 3. Looking to open up the inside line, but Meeb not giving him his room. Creating a gap now. Elma Jacko, excuse me, there we go. Elma Jacko trying to stay within this group. Sets a purple sector 2 here. He's going to be in tough. He's going to keep up with Meeb and Mystic Jokers. Those two are crazy fast. Mystic Joker did say that he finds Meeb to be quicker on this track, and right now he's holding that down as he's currently in first, but Mystic Joker is trying to give him a good run here, and actually got a much better run out of turn 10 here, swooping through 11. Now we're about to come into 12, just in the slight left hand before we come into the right hand of 13. Get a little bit of a lock up from Meeb. Mystic actually setting purple sector 2 as well. Into the sector 3, Meeb gets a little bit loose on his tires and creates a little bit of gap for Mystic Joker, but unfortunately Meeb kind of swerves into the right part of track there and doesn't give any room for Mystic to make a move. Once Meeb crosses the line, DRS is going to be open. Mystic actually going fastest lap. We'll see how long that lasts. He does get DRS, so yeah, you can see for those new, the back wing is open and he will get better downforce, and we'll get a faster line, and we'll take the inside and kind of cuts off Meeb a little bit there. Gets the job done, and we have a lead change for first place. Noganator all the way back in 11 and 12 does an overtake for 11th. Noganator representing the Ferrari tonight, having to fill in. ZGS on the back of JC Blackley, looking to make up a little bit of ground here, but that battle for first place is still underway. El Magico not falling too far out of the pack. He's still able to keep up with these two and stay within DRS range. Now, to be within DRS range, you have to hit that DRS time stamp, I guess we can say. Freeman picking up a penalty. His first of the day. You have to be within a second. Meeb getting lockup as he's really trying to push to keep up with Mystic here. Mystic is going to try and open up that gap above a second here and make it even harder for Meeb to stay close. You can see Meeb. Oh, OG Northern, we've lost him. Oh, he's into the pits. And is retired into the pits, and that's the end of the day for the Red Bull. Not what you want to see only 3 laps in. Oh, Elma Jacko is actually falling out of DRS range, so that's not what you want to see from the Australian. Meeb will get DRS. Mystic did set a quicker lap than Meeb, but Meeb's going to be able to make up some of those ground into that long stretch into turn 1. You can see the car of OG Northern Air actually DNF, so he's going to pull off onto the track. He's doing it in an awful area there. Once again, back on board with Meeb, trying to stay close. We'll jump over to Narniel here. It's a battle for 7th place, getting right back on Freeman. Goes for a lunge on the inside, but the room was not there and hits the back of Freeman, and then Narniel ends up losing a position to Asnick. Asnick now going into 8th place. He's going to have to try and catch Freeman. But Narniel getting a little bit too ambitious there and pays the price. He's going to have to go back a position. Still not the worst thing in the world. He's able to stay close and he's still within DRS range, only loses out one position. ZGS looking to get into battle with JZ Blackley. Asnick actually picking up a 3-second penalty. Get that down. Freeman collecting one before. Oh, Big Smoke, I'm sorry to hear that, man. But Big Smoke, if you like what you see, make sure you shoot us a follow, man. We really much appreciated that. Narniel picking up an early penalty as well, only 5 laps in. Oh, Monkey Mafia might have spun out there. He loses out 2 position, and Noganator now up into 10th place. Asnick now going wheel to wheel with Freeman. Freeman having the inside line. That's a very inside line dependent turn. So if you don't really have it, you don't have a chance to kind of swing it around the outside here. Asnick maxing out the RPMs in that Williams Mercedes power unit here. Oh, Feeman has also retired, and that's the end of the race for him. Asnick going off track a little bit there. Still trying to make up ground on Freeman. We're into Sector 2. He's really showing that he's got the better pace around this track. Freeman gets a little bit wide, and that's going to allow Asnick to go wheel to wheel. Freeman kind of pushes him up near the wall. Asnick should be able to get this move done now. Freeman going to block, but Asnick does have DRS and is alongside Freeman now and will take over 7th place fairly cleanly now, as Freeman won't be able to fight back as of right now. He's still got that overtake going. Oh, Bennett. Boss, you shooting me at me bits? Yeah, Bennett boss. Much appreciated, man, with the 200 bits. Love to see it. JC Blackley first in the pit. Meeb has actually brought that gap to Mystic Joker down to within a quarter of a second for a little bit there. He's looking to make up that time. This is only a 25% length race, so he's still got 7 full laps really to get the job done. 8 or 7.5 now, with them being Sector 2. Elma Jackos unfortunately fell outside of this battle now, with that gap being at 4 seconds. He must have been really pushing, and now his tires have fallen off. Meeb getting a little bit of a corner cut there. Maybe a little bit of a hidden secret that Jacko doesn't, or Joker doesn't know. Meeb's going to get DRS here. That gap is currently sitting at just around 4/10. That DRS wing does open, as you can see the back there. See if we can get a good camera angle. We do here. Meeb taking the inside line, but that's going to turn into the inside for Mystic, and Mystic braking extremely late and actually getting a huge lockup, so that's not going to be good on his tires. Noganator picking up a quick little penalty there while that all was all going down. Oh no, Meeb getting a little bit too heavy on the throttle and spins out. Are we going to see him just go into the pit now then? He won't be able to get... Oh, I think he thought about it, but he opts out of it, decides to stay out for one more lap. Oh, that's not what you wanted to see. As you can see on his screen there on the right side, his pit window is now open. Oh yeah, Big Smoke hits it with the follow. Thanks very much, man. Much appreciated. For whoever you are, I have no idea who you are, but I still appreciate you just as much as every other one that follows the Midwest F1 League. As you are joining this fam, this tight-knit group of racers and fans of the sport that is Formula One racing, and take that passion into video games and into this league, and which gives me some enjoy on my mid to end of the week afternoons, evenings. So very much appreciated to all of you that do follow the Midwest F1 League, and hopefully we will see you follow from on Season 2, which is going to get underway. Oh, in beginning of December. Meeb actually picking up a penalty. That's not what you want to see. Mystic Joker not having any. Asnick picking up another. That's his second of the day. Ooh, Narniel trying to push a little bit too much, and actually with that creates himself a worse racing line and then tries to make up the ground, and with that he cuts the corner a little bit too much and gets a penalty. But you see Freeman going a little wild as this battle for 5th and 6th is just kind of all over the track here. Spaceman picking up a penalty, his first of the evening. Freeman was gonna defend the outside, but Narniel wasn't close enough. Mystic Joker is actually the first in the pit between the two of Meeb and Mystic Joker here. Freeman getting a little bit slippery, getting a little bit loose off of his racing line, and which kind of opens the door a little bit for Narniel there. Narniel is going to take the pit stop now. And we're going to see, with Freeman having Narniel off of his back, is that going to give him the space and the comfort to throw out a really good hot lap here. Asnick coming back at JC Blackley here. Unfortunately, the teammate of our Asnick and K-Dog is all the way back down into 16th place. Cracker Jack, good to see you. I see I accidentally took out your mod, but OG Northerner unfortunately had a problem in the pits and decided to retire from today's race. But you can see there, the top 3 drivers have yet to pit. Mystic Joker has gone in already and is starting to make ground on Freeman. We'll get right on board with that. If Freeman's able to make this a little bit difficult and slow up Mystic Joker, this could help out Meeb. Meeb's gonna... Yes, he is into the pit now. Mystic trying to find room on track to overtake Freeman, but Freeman's making it fairly difficult here. Mystic looking for somewhere to get the job done. I came here, got Bennett, and got exactly 0 Bennett. What the F, dude? I'm sorry about that, Boogloo Shrimp, for whoever you are, but sometimes drivers crash, and unfortunately OG Northerner was involved in that early and then got screwed over in the pits. But Boogloo, if you like what you see there, partner. Oh, you did. You shot a follow. Oh, thanks, man. Much appreciated, Boogloo. Love to have it. As I do my best to try and shout out all that follow the Midwest F1 League, as it is very much appreciated, as I said before. But we have a lot of drivers pitting now as we are 9 laps in. A lot of them going onto the medium compound a little bit late on. Jacko actually stays out 8 laps deep on this soft tire compound. Meeb, once he did come back out on track, is still a 2.5 seconds down on Mystic Joker, and with there being a penalty, it's really gonna be a tough sled for him. Mystic Joker's really got to pick up a penalty here, and you can see he's really making up gaps on Jacko. Sadistic King back down into 4th. I don't think that gap between him and Jacko is tight enough for him to overtake Jacko for 3rd place. So Jacko currently sitting in 3rd fairly comfortably here. JC Blackley with DRS coming back down that straight from Sector 2 now into Sector 3. Oh, getting a little bit too late on the braking. Narniel is actually making some pretty good ground on the best ponds here. Asnick is actually on a hard tire compound. Whoa. Boogloo Shrimp going and bringing in the parents into the conversation. But Narniel, as you can see, within a 0.5 seconds on the best ponds here. Let's see if he can make a good run. As we swoop around turn 1, the 2 drivers, the AlphaTauri and the Racing Point, come down that long stretch now into turn 2 as we hit the chicane before that looping turn 3. Not enough ground made up for Narniel here. He is on far fresher tires than the best pond, so he should be able to make ground. Meeb is still kind of holding that gap for first place at about a second and a half here, but like I said, he does have a penalty, so it's really going to be a rough go from him from this point out. But as I said, quite a few new followers to the Midwest F1 League tonight, so like I said before, very much appreciated for all those who have done so. Be sure to check us out Wednesday to Friday as we go live at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube, as we got both those channels set up, and we're fresh and new to Instagram, and the Instagram page I hear is actually bumping, so be sure to check that out as we post a little bit of highlight clips of that, as well as the standings and schedule. So if you have any of those outlets, be sure to shoot us a follow on that. We'd be very much appreciated. Everyone here at the Midwest F1 League does appreciate all the outside support from all of our friends and our new-faced fans, and we'd love to have all of you, and we very much appreciate all of you. Right now we're going to see if Narniel can make a run on the best pawns. Narniel actually having quite a few penalties, so the battle may just be for bragging rights, him overtaking the best pawns with mine knows I don't have any penalties for the best pawns, so no ground to be lost by him. But I'm sure, as I said, a bragging rights type of situation between these two drivers, not wanting to let one beat the other out. So Narniel right now currently sitting at 10th with 2 penalties, so it's actually going to drop him down quite a way, so he's going to want to try and get some open track and make up some ground here. JC Blackley cuts a little bit of the turn there and tries to throw on the battery and get a good run into turn 10, goes on the inside line. Excuse me, that's not turn 10, that's turn 7. Ooh, now coming around 8 through 9, and will get the job done and holds on to 6th place with Asnick oddly on the hard tire compound. Going to get DRS, but JC is trying to drive away, but with the DRS open right there, as you can see, the back wing of the Williams is open. Comes all the way down into 12, but not enough gap made, coming through 14, and then going to enter 15 now is JC Blackley. He is going to try and open up that gap past the second, so that Asnick won't be able to get DRS, and currently it sits just under a second. DRS detection is just after the finish line. You can see Asnick actually picking up a penalty there, so that's his 3rd of the day. That's going to drop him down the grid after this race is over. He's just sitting at above a second, and I don't think he will be able to collect DRS. Narniel will, and that's the closest battle right now on track, with Meeb still holding that gap, and now 1.8. Narniel gets a really good run on the best pawns, and he's making his way down into turn 1, shoots the line. Ooh. Didn't get the best of angles there. They seem to have collided there, but I wasn't able to look. Maybe Narniel got hit by the inside of the best pawns and then gave that position back, or the best pawns was forced off, as he's able to still hold on to 9th place. Narniel once again picking up another penalty, so that's not going to help out him. The more penalties he picks up, the farther down the track he's going to go. It's just looking down behind him. Scabney, Monkey Mafia, and Noganator. I think Noganator's the only one with penalties, so if they're able to stay close, Narniel's actually going to drop down all the way. Oh, the best pawns is right on the back of Freeman now. Freeman losing some major time on Asnick. He's got some very fresh mediums here as we're on to the last lap. We've got a yellow flag through sector 2. I'm not sure, I think that's Spaceman. No, that's Tier the Tier. I'm not sure what's going on there. K-Dog gets a move done. She moves up into 14th place. Now we got a nice little conga line that's going to go all the way down into turn 3, or turn 2, sorry. Freeman looking at the inside line on Asnick, but unfortunately not able to get close enough. Asnick is going to have the inside line around this swooping left-hand turn, but Freeman, with those medium tire compounds, is able to hold on and will overtake for 7th place. The best pawns having to cut a corner. I think Asnick also picked up a penalty there, so the best pawns, I think, with his first of the day. Asnick with another one. Freeman, I see, only has one, unless he's more somewhere else that I did not catch on to. But you can see this line here, with Monkey Mafia being the last of that group. Oh, Narniel! Oh, spinning out and then sending Monkey Mafia into the wall as well. Narniel's back on course, but Monkey Mafia unfortunately taking the biggest brunt of that. Meeb comes over the line in first, or sorry, Mystic Joker over the line in first, then comes Meeb. El Magico in third, Sadistic King coming over in fourth. Zechi as is going to take fifth. We have a little bit of late moving as Asnick and Scavney get into it late here. Narniel picking up another penalty, so he's going to launch down the order after all this. Asnick going very wide, and I think he's going to come over in 10th. The best pawns jumped up. Scavney actually goes into 7th. The best pawns into 8th. Asnick 9th. Freeman 10th. Where's Noganator and Monkey going to come over the line? Noganator doing a late overtake onto Monkey, and yeah, Narniel jumps all the way back into 13th with all of those penalties. K-Dog comes over in 14th, not what she wanted today, as unfortunately that early crash was her demise. Having to pit early and then not being able to... I think she had a second pit stop as well. But the two Mercedes and Spaceman and Tier the Tier are going to be the last two to collect points in this initial feature race. Spaceman now coming over the line. Tier the Tier... Not too sure what seems to be happening with Tier the Tier's car here. But he's going a pedestrian 129, 130 miles per hour. Hey, JC, pretty good, man. Well done. But Tier the Tier is going to be the last to come over the line here. In 16th place for the Mercedes. I love medium traction. Glad to hear it, man. Yeah, well done for you. Mystic Joker coming over the line in first place, Meeb in second, El Magico in third, Sadistic King in fourth, ZGS in fifth, JC Blackley in sixth, Scavney seventh, the best pawns eighth, Asnick ninth, Freeman 10th, Noganator 11th, Monkey Mafia 12th, Narniel 13th, K-Dog 14th, Spaceman 15th, Tier the Tier in 16th, and the rest in Fee-Man, OG Northerner, and Yolmir unfortunately won't be collecting any points today as they did crash out of this race. But be sure to stay tuned. We got a 5-lapper coming at you hot as we take this resulting grid of what was of this race, and we're gonna flip that grid and see if we can. What am I talking about? We're gonna take the resulting grid and we're gonna flip the order, and we're gonna start first starting 20th, and then 20th starting first. So guys that crashed out early are going to start first in this race, and the guys who won the race and finished second and third are going to actually start in 19th, I believe. Yeah, Boogaloo Shrimp, so your boy OG Northerner is going to get another shot. Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. Man, I just want to sneak into this race so bad. But right now we're just waiting for Monkey Mafia to set up the custom grid until we get underway. Just a couple minutes until we get there, but if you didn't tune into our Thursday night Tier 1 series, be sure to go check that out on YouTube, as it has left us with potential for an extremely exciting final race next week at Austria. Austria being a very fun track, it's just going to be set up for something even better. Cam, Kenny, and Brian Mosser all still have very good chances at taking this title. Brian only being 11 points back of Kenny, and Cam having an outside chance being 26 points back. So it is still very much open. For those who don't know, we do our scoring system a little bit different than how a typical F1 does. So 50 points in Tier 1 gets awarded to the winner, and it kind of slowly works its way down to 1 point for the guy who finishes in 20th. You have to complete 90% of the race for you to get points. And you can't disqualify, you can only DNF to gain those points unless some sort of mysterious or unfortunate circumstance, and then the stewards will take over, as the Midwest F1 League has their own set of stewards that handle all of the incidences that get brought to their attention. So it's going to be extremely exciting. With this league, Tier 2 actually has 2 more weeks to go after this week. We go to Canada next, and then Australia to finish it off, and that will be the first time at Australia for all of Midwest. Yeah, the 5-lap fist fight. Yeah, it's called the Scraps race for a reason, the best pawns. You just got to be happy with whatever you exit with. But the Scraps, it opens up to a lot of anarchy and excitement, as, like I said, we have the fastest guys at the back of the pack, and if they're able to get through the first sector, I'm going to say if they get through the first sector clean, then there's a good chance that they're going to run the field and go all the way back up into podium. But it happens where they get a little bit over ambitious and then find themselves crashed out early. Meeb actually only has an overall point winner for the once in this Tier 2 league, and that's all the way back in Austria. This league has pretty much been ran by Jacko and Mystic Joker since, with ZGS and Yolmir picking up most points once each since then. So we're going to get underway here as we see Yolmir up at the top, side by side with OG Northerner. See who gets a good start. We'll get right on the back with Tier the Tier there. Fee-Man getting a really good go. OG Northerner having that line going into turn 1. We already have some crashes down the pack there. Monkey Mafia out early. OG Northerner taking the lead through turn 2. Going to swoop around through turn 3. Fee-Man going the inside line. as him and Yul get to battling. Monkey Mafia, unfortunately, as I said, already out. I think that's Narniel going around the outside on Tier the Tier. K-Dog getting into a little bit of a battle with the best pawns as she cuts the inside line. And oh no, Meeb is retired from this session. No, yeah, so Boo Blue Shrimp, we have all the cars on equal. Whoa, we see Freeman kind of pinching out Mystic Joker a little bit there. We'll get right on the back with Mystic. Noganator, the best pawns, fighting for 6th and 7th there. But all the cars are equal. So yeah, you don't see the Mercedes. Oh, who do we have there? Asnik dropping down the order. Mystic Joker trying to find the room on Freeman as this is the second time in this circuit. Whoa, Asnik standing on the inside and launches himself and spins out and picks up a massive corner cutting penalty there. OG Northerner making a move, or sorry, Noganator making a move on Tier there in the last corners of Sector 3. OG Northerner has built that gap to above a second now between him and Feeman, but Feeman's trying to close it. The best pawns looking at Narniel here as they were battling all of last race. Best pawns breaking later on Feeman, on Narniel, sorry, what am I saying, and will take 4th place. Noganator now getting right on the back of the two. K-Dog and C. Freeman were battling a little bit there. But there you can see, watch out for Mystic Joker as he just takes down Tier the Tier as well. You can see Noganator going on the inside line of Narniel as those two are going to go wheel to wheel. Noganator's going to send it around the outside. Narniel getting a little bit too high up on that curb. I mean, now he's going to have Mystic Joker to deal with. Mystic Joker opts out for a cleaner racing line here. We'll see the position movements right now as Mystic Joker's jumped up 12 positions off the start already. JC Blackwood picking up a couple of penalties. Narniel thinks about an inside lunge onto Noganator, but actually forces Noganator into braking late and missing his brake zone. And unfortunately, he goes a little bit off, and he's going to have to go around the outside on Mystic Joker here and spins off, and you can see him get hit by K-Dog, I think that was. Now Noganator has slipped right down the pack, and K-Dog has picked up another position. But she's got a little bit of damage to her wing. Tier the Tier, braking a little bit late into that last turn. Mystic continually making up ground here. Now he's got DRS on Narniel. He's going to go to the inside line and should be able to hold on to this move. He's just going to force Narniel into the worser racing line. But actually Mystic braking a little bit too late and going deep into turn 2. Narniel able to come right back on Mystic as they go wheel to wheel all the way around turn 3. Now they're going to come into turn 4. Mystic will take back position 5, but Narniel's knocking it back down. We see Freeman taking a look at his teammate El Magico. Asnik and Noganator still in a battle here. Noganator has damage to his right wing. Freeman and Scavney are battling as Scavney actually overtaken for 9th place. Mystic getting a move done on Feeman, but both of the Renaults you can see without DRS, and that's going to allow Narniel to try and do an overtake on the teammate of Joker of Freeman. Narniel's still battling and actually looks like he gets into the back of Feeman a little bit there. Oh, Narniel cutting the corner a little bit too much and will take a penalty for it. But we see 2 racing points now in 2 and 3 are both going to have DRS onto that Red Bull of OG Northerner, who still sits in 1st in this race. Mystic unfortunately will not, so that gap between him, the best pawns, Yolmir, and OG Northerner is going to continually grow in this long straight stretch. Northerner still holds just above a second gap. Best pawn's picking up a penalty, so that's not going to help him out at all. Narniel trying to come back at Feeman 5th. Still plenty of battles to be had left on track. Asnick still tight on tier the tier for 12. There's going to be a little bit of moving after all the penalties are handed out. Yolmir now outside a second. He's trying to bring that back on OG. Sadistic King setting the quickest lap there. Not the day that he was hoping for. Down in 16th place. Yolmir's going to get DRS. He does fall outside of a second, but was within a second on that DRS detection zone. He's going to have his teammate, the best pawns, to deal with pretty quick here, but here comes Mystic Joker now in that Renault. Yolmir getting a little bit of a lock up there. Best Pawns going wide. That opens the door slightly for Mystic Joker, but the Best Pawns enters back cleanly, and unfortunately Mystic Joker, oh, the Best Pawns nearly goes right into the wall. All three of these drivers are going to collect DRS. Narniel and Freeman, with Freeman going on a nice little switchback here. Mystic Joker coming all the way down into turn 2, getting right alongside the Best Pawns. Actually, he's out in front and sends it around the outside and does hold on to that position. A lovely move on the outside. Not a spot where there's really two cars, but he made it work for sure. Narniel getting right along Feeman's side now as this battle is still going on for 5th place. Feeman on the inside, but Narniel sounds it around the outside to hold on to 5th place, and these drivers are still wheel to wheel, and Feeman has that inside line, and they're still continually going wheel to wheel. Feeman gonna send it back down the inside and pushes Narniel outside, and these guys are gonna continually go wheel to wheel battle, and they get into each other just a little bit here, but Narniel is able to hold on to the line cleaner. I'm gonna have to jump away from that battle onto Mystic Joker here as to come down the last run into turn 13. OG able to hold on to first place as of right now. Yolmir getting a little bit of lockup, opening the door slightly for Mystic Joker. Mystic Joker thinking about sending it down the outside, but forces Yolmir to go into deep, and he's going to try a little switchback. He gets alongside of him now. He's going to have the inside line for the last 2 corners here. OG's going to have this first place locked up. Yolmir sends it around the outside, trying to keep up with Mystic Joker. Mystic not trying to over push here. Yolmir's going to come over the line, but with the penalties, Mystic Joker is actually going to take over 2nd place, and OG Northerner taking the win here in the scraps race. The battle between Feeman and Narniel, is it over? Yes, it is, as Feeman will actually take the position with Narniel getting all the penalties. Looks like we still got movement down the order there. Spaceman did an overtake on Asinic. OG Northerner jumping up to, Noganator jumping up to 9th, with Scavney collecting a couple of penalties. Tier the Tier jumping up ahead of C. Freeman. Spaceman and Astic are going to hold position in 13th and 14th. Sadistic King. Oh, ZGS. ZGS and JC Blackley are still battling for 16th place here. ZGS doing a late overtake in turn 3, and JC Blackley is not going to have the day that he wanted. At least not the scraps race that he wanted. He had a lovely future race. With Sadistic coming over in 15th, ZGS in 16th, and looks like JC Blackley was able to hold on to 17th place. As we had 2 DNFs through the scraps race, which is a pretty good number, to be honest. I think we had Monkey Mafia right off the get-go. There you can see Mystic Joker, driver of the day in the Renault. I need to take a sip of water here. Oh, as I'm out of water. Christ. But OG coming over and collecting the scraps race win. There you can see Mystic Joker, a hard-earned 2nd place as he goes 1st and then 2nd in this race. Doesn't do the double, but gets a double podium, which has only happened, I think, 4 times now. We're going to have to throw that into the Hall of Fame stats. But yeah, Boogaloo, he has done it. And you may be new here, Boogaloo, but we try and keep it a slightly PG chat here, I understand. Crash, did you see me get cleaned out? No, unfortunately I didn't, man. But, once again, quickly, we got OG Northerner with the win, Mystic Joker in 2nd, Yolmir in 3rd, the Best Pawns 4th, Feeman in 5th, El Magico in 6th, K-Dog in 7th, Narniel 8th, Noganator in 9th, Scavney rounding out the top 10, Tier the Tier 11th, followed by another Canadian, C. Freeman in 12th, Spaceman 13th with an American counterpart in Asnick in 14th, Sadistic King coming in 16th, ZGS in 16th, there we go, sorry, JC Blackley in 17th, and DNFs from Meeb and Monkey Mafia. Not the scraps that they were hoping to have, but unfortunately it is the one that they were given. But with that being said, that is all up for the Sochi Autodrom for racing today. Some very exciting stuff. Yeah, oh, thanks, Boogaloo, much appreciated, man. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jacko. And kind of different from what you get in Pro Formula One is that you don't, with unless you're in here for the Thursday league, you don't really hear much interviews between the driver. You just kind of stay around in the Twitch chat, and they'll tell you exactly what happened in their race. They all feel that that all the viewers deserve to know exactly what happened, so they'll be sure to tell you as soon as it happens in the race. But we are very thankful for everyone that came out today and all of those new followers. I think we had quite a few, actually. I think we had 4 or 5. So lovely stuff. Very happy and much appreciate everyone that came in. But hopefully we'll be seeing you Wednesday, as that is the last week for our F2 series. If you didn't see our Twitter message before, congratulations to Sauber Junior team, as they have locked up the Constructors' Championship 7 races in with only 1 to go here. So of the team of Lord Zed and Narniel, as you can see Narniel battling in that race, congratulations to those two with them taking Constructors. Lord Zed still in a battle at the top there with Mahi Mahi, but he has created a decent enough gap and should be able to hold on to the end of this year. But we have to tune in to find out. If Lord Zed has a couple of bad races, then it is very much there for Mahi Mahi to take. So be sure to check that next week with F2 being at Austria. So we're actually going to do a double at Austria. We're going to be in Austria on Wednesday and Austria on Thursday. And then we're going to be in Canada on Friday with this F2 series. So, as I said before, be sure to tune in Wednesday through Friday, with Thursday being our Tier 1 series, like I said, in Austria, a battle for the Constructor and for the Drivers' Championship. Very still much up for grabs here. So some very exhilarating stuff left to be had here. Renault had that lead on the Constructor Championship, but with both drivers not doing the best, Cam actually crashing out and collecting no points, that lead should change to Alfa Romeo, but we'll have to see once the points do come in. We'll keep you updated once that is in. You can see it right through our Twitter page and our Instagram page. It will be posted for you to go check out there. And then this league, the Series 2, like I said, is going to be back next week, starting again at 6:30 Pacific, as is all the other races Wednesday through Friday. We're going to be at Canada in Montreal at Circuit Jacques Villeneuve, my home Grand Prix. I've actually driven on that course. It is very cool, and actually it is our home representation for the Midwest F1 League from this point on. So it's a very exciting way to kind of take our last step into the end of Series 2. Like I said, this series will go 1 extra week, with there being an early server crash from Codemasters early in this year, so we are having to push this league 1 week deeper. So the rest of the weeks, being Series 2 and Tier 1, are going to end next week, and this will be our second last drive next Friday. So now 1 event, 2 races. Yeah, okay, there you go. Check Series 2 chat. What are you talking about? Alright. But I think that is it for me tonight. That is it for the Midwest F1 League. Thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you all next week. And like I said, all of our highlights and whatnot will be posted into the YouTube page, and it'll be links sent up into Twitter, so be sure to check out all of that stuff. But that is it here for me tonight, so hopefully we'll be seeing you all on Wednesday. I will see you then. JC Blackley, you have a good night as well, and all of you lovely people have a good night, and we will see you hopefully next week. Good night.